My YouTube copyright strike is still dragging out, and I want to show the exchange that I've had with YouTube so that everyone really understands how stupid their system is. I'm not going to do any editing on this video, it's just going to be me talking. The only skips that you're going to see are I'm going to pause when I'm recording as I'm scrolling through the emails because I had to use my actual name. But outside of that, I'm not editing or anything. So you can see what's going on. So the only way to deal with a copyright strike, which is not a copyright claim, is to dispute it, which YouTube informs you is a legal action. So that's how you have to go through YouTube to do it, or you can reach out to the person who filed the strike or did the copyright claim to strike you to begin with and see if they will withdraw it. Obviously, because this company, 3Ants DS, routinely does this, is just abusing the system from what I can find online, they're not going to withdraw it. And if you Google 3Ants DS copyright, you can see multiple YouTube videos from small channels who've had bullshit claims, or at least that's what they say. And then you can see multiple people on Reddit and things like that saying similar things, and sometimes on Twitch too. And this is purely speculation, but one of the guys that I mentioned in my last video about this, Cyrus, is a leftist. At least that's what his channel seems like from the comments and just scrolling through it briefly. And his strike was for Sound of Freedom, which was on Prime. Reacher is on Prime. Twitch is owned by Amazon. So my guess, and this is purely speculation, is that Amazon is hiring this company in Spain and saying, hey, make sure that our presence online is generally positive. And they're letting this foreign company do whatever they want, like abuse the system to shut down small channels and go after people who are essentially defenseless, right? Like my channel is small. This is just a hobby for me. I don't have the money to pursue legal action. And if it actually is backed by Amazon, then certainly not. And YouTube, in a polite way, will essentially just tell you to get fucked. So you can see the date on this email here is the 24th, 11 days ago. So this was right when I found out my video got copyright struck. And I want to talk about what the copyright strike actually does to the channel too, because it's not simply the one video that gets screwed over. It's your entire channel is just, I mean, a channel my size is essentially non-existent as long as this strike is in place. So I'm just going to go through it and just show you what's been happening back and forth between me and YouTube, so you can see how much they really don't give a fuck, and that they're willing to let these corporations just abuse the small channels who already are in a competition with a sea of people. There's some crazy amount of content uploaded to YouTube, like 4 days every minute. 4 days worth of content every minute is uploaded. There's some nonsense. So it's a super competitive thing already. And then when you let these big companies come in and just squash down the little people, they had no fucking chance. And it could just be that my channel sucks. But that's fine. If my channel just sucks and no one wants to watch it, that I'm fine with. But my channel being falsely suppressed by companies who don't want one small channel shitting on their Reacher finale is just absurd. So you can see here that they initially deny the counter notification. So I went to Team YouTube and I sent this really long message about how frustrated I was. And there's going to be a pause here because I want to make sure I don't share my name in the messages to YouTube. So they sent me this email. I messaged them on YouTube. We had a bit of back and forth. And I said, can you elaborate further? The company that claimed the copyright strike doesn't even own the material. So I don't know how this can be a legitimate copyright claim. I'm not claiming ownership of the material. I'm reviewing the show. Doesn't make any sense. And then I go on to explain that if my videos aren't allowed on YouTube, then nothing is, because I use still images and no audio except my voice, which is like the bare minimum to do a movie review. And I explain all this in the email. So after I talked to them on Team YouTube, which, let me go ahead and share that message too, just so you can see it. So you can see here I reached out to them. This is the 24th I sent this big long message explaining what was going on and that my dispute was denied automatically, even though my video clearly doesn't violate any kind of copyright law. The 25th is when I get this email saying disregard the initial decision. Now they're going to forward it because it was a legitimate dispute. So I don't know what changed. I don't know if just maybe a human actually looked at it. I'm really not sure. So you can see January 25th. And in here, it explains that they have 10 business days to respond. And what their response must say is that they're going to sue me, right? I mean, that's what the email says, that they've taken legal action against me to keep the content at issue from being reinstated to YouTube, which means they have to show that they own it and that they're going to sue me. That's the whole premise behind this shit. So it goes on and on and on. If after 10 business days they don't get an answer, my stuff will automatically be put back up. Right, so the 25th. All right, so you can see the calendar here. Here's the 25th, Thursday, January. So my channel should be back up. The 7th, right? 10 business days of February, which would be this Wednesday. So fine. I'm not super thrilled, obviously, but so be it. That's the way their system works. I'm not going to get fucking lawyers to try to speed it up. So I'm going to cut again so I can scroll down because I think I use my name in these emails because everything with YouTube requires you to use your legal name. And here's where my frustration really starts to seep in. So this is Friday, 1/23. That's why there's no date because I'm recording this on Sunday, which is February 4th. Oh, there you go. That's the day, Sunday, February 4th. So I get this message, update. We forwarded the counter notification to the claimant, after which they'll have 10 business days to respond. If the claimant doesn't respond, your video will be restored and the strike will be resolved. Let us know if there's anything else we can help with. So I say, I have an email from you, from YouTube, saying that this happened on the 25th. I hope we're going by that date because I have multiple videos that I've been working on, but I don't want to put them up because my channel is essentially non-existent right now. And I said, assuming they don't respond, this should give me my channel back with no strikes on Wednesday instead of in 2 weeks from now, which was Friday, February 1st. And they're saying it's best to wait for a reply from the counterclaimant. So I sent them a screenshot of the email. You can see that here. I'm going to scroll past this because it has my name in it again. But you can see that's what the screenshot is them saying to disregard the initial decision. It's been forwarded. They have 10 days. Okay, actually the screenshot cut off my name, so it doesn't matter. But you can see display name of uploader, Filthy Casual, that's me. So I say, I understand that part, that we had to wait for the dispute process. I'm saying that you guys said the dispute began on January 25th, which would have my strike removed Wednesday, instead of me having to wait 2 weeks from today, which drags this out to a month total by this point. If we go from the date that they just randomly picked when they got some kind of acknowledgement or whatever their claim is, I don't even actually know. So that would make it last a full month with this bullshit strike. So they explain that the 10-day business period doesn't start until they receive the claim. And then they have this link, and it doesn't really say shit. Here, I'll show you real quick. So this is all just bullshit. This is actually saying them saying trust the process. That we're not going to explain, makes no fucking sense. Nothing's justified. And I can't tell if you can tell by the tone here, but I said lol because this is so fucking ridiculous. I said lol so they can just say they never received it and it lasts forever. This makes no sense. There's no basis for the claim and it's being treated as legitimate. You guys sent it over a week ago. If they were actually suing me, which is the basis of their claim, They should have acknowledged it immediately. Using screenshots with none of their audio, which it's not even their audio, but that's what I said, shouldn't even be considered for a copyright strike. Not to mention, as I've previously stated, if you put the company's name into the search bar of your own site, you can see it's replete with them making spurious claims. Can you not flag people who make a ton of claims, yet none of them are actually carried out? And I clarified here, using screenshots with no audio except for my voice shouldn't even be entertained for a strike, just so it's clear what I'm saying. And essentially they say, totally understand your frustration, get fucked. And then you can see me just ranting about pretty much how I'm fine to wait for the process, but I don't understand how they can just claim it and then not receive the email, presumably that they used to make the claim to fucking begin with, for 2 weeks. And I am essentially ranting here about the system, that they're claiming it with no evidence. They don't even have the fucking rights to pull the video. And a channel my size is essentially shut down by this. I've mentioned this in my previous one too, but if Nerdrotic or Critical Drinker, somebody, Geeks and Gamers, whoever, Chris Stuckman, somebody with a shitload of followers has this happen, they can go on Twitter and immediately draw a bunch of attention to it, and YouTube will get it sorted out right away. But there's a million channels like mine or my size, and what they do, and this is all just, I'm not going to read the whole message, but this is all just me saying I don't understand why they don't have to show some kind of proof of ownership to make the claim to begin with. Like, there should be some kind of barrier to just limit the amount of claims that can be made. And ironically, this would make less work for YouTube because people would have to do more work on their end to make the fucking claim to begin with. So, and to me, especially when it comes to things that aren't music, it should be pretty obvious. And I go on, I get pretty pissed off by the time I'm done typing this. I essentially say, this company is based out of Spain. I'd wager if you guys took the time to look through their claims, that out of all the claims that are actually disputed, that a small percentage, if any, ever actually manifested in a lawsuit. And yet they're being treated as a good faith actor while I'm being treated as a thief. And they haven't responded, because I responded at 5 in the morning on a Saturday before I went to MegaCon. But the other part of this that I want to touch on, besides how fucking ridiculous this whole thing is what it does to a channel. So I just want to give you guys a couple, a couple little insights here or whatever, so you can see kind of how shit works, right? So the first bullshit claim that I got was Lady Ballers. I released my video at like midnight on a Saturday. It was at like 2,300 views by 2 or 3 o'clock the next day. And I had gotten you can see there's 116 comments. I had gotten like 50 or 60 comments in like a 2-hour window. So for me, that's a really good video, given the size of my channel. So you can see here, let me see. So look, first day, 2,300 views, very good for me. And then in here, let's see. So that this Sunday is when the copyright strike was made. It was made like 4 in the afternoon. I'm not sure if there's a way to zoom in on it, but made like 4 in the afternoon. So you can see from that point on, 2270, 2269, after it's gotten, 400 views since then? 2677. So in the first less than a day, and obviously there's going to be that. Obviously, that's the nature of movie reviews to some extent, because it's relevant right when it comes out and then it falls off. But you can see just this big spike, and then it flatlined it because they claimed it for 1 day. 1 day, they claimed it, and it just vanished. Now you can see here all this shit. So yeah, so that's kind of how the claims work. Now the reason I'm bringing this up is because that's a copyright claim, right? That killed the video. Who knows if it would have done, you know, what it would have done if it had not been copyright claimed. So anyway, I made a video bitching about it. Let me go back to where I was. Okay, so I made this video bitching about it. Not many views, obviously, because it's not relevant to anything, really. But fine. Video goes back up, so be it. And then you can see the rest of my videos, right? 700, 1500, 450. My Shield Hero ones didn't do very well, but I don't particularly care. 600, 1,000, 400, 1,300. Shield Hero again. 5,000 for Rebel Moon. So I'm like mid to low hundreds for quite a bit. 700 for Blue Eyed Samurai. I was kind of late to the party on that one. Reacher, 2,000. This is when this bullshit claim happened. And after that, again, I make another video about copyright, irrelevant. Look at this. 97, 39, 128, 7, 21, 6. Argyle, I made the fucking video the night the movie came out. Chain Slave, my anime stuff usually gets at least a couple hundred views. But Keith, I made it. Maybe it's just a really unpopular show, but I made the video, I think 3 days after it came out. Godzilla -1 minus color, first weekend it came out. Kind of niche. Maybe it wouldn't do that well anyway, but still. Monarch, all my Monarch videos were in the hundreds or low thousands. Fucking 40 views. Maybe it's irrelevant because I waited a couple weeks to do a full season thing. I don't know. But you can see what I'm saying. That the views just fall off a fucking cliff. So this company is essentially allowed to just disable my channel for months. And it puts me in a position now where if I stop making videos and I'm just like, fuck it until the strike is removed, then my shit will just disappear because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. If you take a break for a week or two, it fucks you. Is my understanding from the big channels. And I did take a month off at one point because I just wasn't really feeling like making anything. And it was like starting from zero with a channel my size because it's so small. And it's just frustrating. And this system is fucking ridiculous. And the fact that it only picks on small channels, I don't know if it's ever going to get resolved. So it's really frustrating. But I wanted to show people like really what this kind of bullshit does and how much YouTube is like, get fucked. Like you're not bringing in the advertising revenue. You're not bringing us money. These corporations, I'm assuming, are giving them some kind of money, or they're benefiting from their trailers or their shows or whatever the case may be. Ads that they put on there. I don't see ads because I have premium, but yeah, I mean they're all buddies. They're all in fucking Silicon Valley, rich. And like I said, I'm not planning on making a living out of this. I just want the channel to be treated fairly more than anything. So I don't know. If you've sat here for this whole fucking rant, feel free to share it. It would be nice if some bigger channels would draw attention to it so that maybe there would be some kind of improvement to the system that isn't as simple as, hey, I saw a video I didn't like, let me copyright claim it. And I haven't even filed a counter thing yet because I wanted to wait until they've officially not sued me so that I can say, look, they had no intention of fucking suing me. But I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm going to keep fighting with Team YouTube and see if I can get my channel back on Wednesday. If I can't, I guess I'll be waiting 2 more weeks. It sucks because I actually do have a couple of videos that I put more time into and did some video editing, and they're not super long, but half hour or longer for me. And I can't fucking do anything with them because why would I upload those videos right now when nothing is going through on my end? So yeah, that's the gist of how the YouTube copyright strike system works and what it's like to be a small content. Jesus Christ. Now you get to hear how much I fuck up when I don't edit and what it's like to be a small content creator on YouTube. So maybe this was informative. Maybe you clicked off after 10 seconds because it's fucking boring. I don't know. But, if you could share it to bigger creators or fucking anybody, Twitter, I don't care, to get maybe some attention on it so that it would just be nice if there was a discussion about ways to improve the system. like I said, if you're a small channel, it's really hard to get any traction. And again, it could just be my channel sucks. I've made, I don't know, maybe 150 videos in just over 2 years. But for me, I kind of hung around like 30 subscribers for a long time, very slowly. And then once Ahsoka came out, I ended up getting like going from like 50 or 60 to like 260. And then that's just been slowly creeping up. I was around 340 last time I checked. I don't know the exact number. So it's frustrating because I was hoping that maybe the Halo TV show would be the next little bump for me in subscribers. Because I really like the Halo lore in the books, and the show eats my ass. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. This was way too long anyway. You know, however you want to support me, or if you think I deserve it and you can just get fucked, let me know. All right. Have a good weekend, and hopefully I'll be back soon. Thanks. See ya.